Today's story is about a mother who received a $12,000 pension every month, yet was found eating pet food just to survive, while her daughter-in-law controlled every dollar she earned. But when her daughter discovered the truth, she didn't just get angry. She planned a 3-month operation that would expose everything and bring justice in a way no one expected. If you believe in karma, fairness, and justice, stay with me because this story will shake you. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because we share powerful true stories of justice, family, and survival every week, and your support helps us reach more people who need hope. When Rachel Parker pushed open the front door of her childhood home that gray Tuesday afternoon, she immediately sensed that something was wrong. The air felt heavy, thick with the sour smell of mildew and something metallic. The house was dark, no lights, no movement. Only the faint mechanical hum of an old refrigerator somewhere in the distance. She hadn't told anyone she was coming. She'd just felt an urge that morning, an unexplainable discomfort tugging at the back of her mind. The kind that doesn't leave until it's acknowledged. "Mom?" she called cautiously. Her voice echoed through the cold, silent hallway. No answer. She took a few steps forward, her boots tapping against the hardwood floor, and then she stopped. On the living room wall, the thermostat glowed a harsh, icy number, 55. Her eyebrows pulled together. Why on earth would the heating be this low? It was late winter. Outside, snow clung to every surface like frostbite waiting to happen before she could call out again. She heard a sound, a soft scraping, like metal against metal from somewhere deeper inside the house. She followed it slowly, her pulse climbing higher with each step. The sound led her toward the kitchen, and that's when she saw it. Her mother, Evelyn Parker, sat hunched at the small wooden table, wrapped in 2 jackets and a worn flannel blanket. The fabric swallowed her frame, far too large now, hanging like cloth on a wire hanger. Her hair, once thick and silver, lay limp and tangled around her shoulders. In front of her was an open tin can, and in her trembling hand, a spoon. Rachel stared in frozen horror. Inside the can was wet dog food, brown, gelatinous, foul-smelling. Evelyn scooped a small bite and raised it toward her mouth, her hand shaking so violently she could barely guide the spoon. "Mom?" Rachel whispered, her voice collapsing into a fragile crack. Evelyn startled, the spoon clattering against the can. Her eyes widened, stunned and glassy. "Rachel," Evelyn said, attempting a weak smile. "Oh, sweetheart. I didn't hear you come in." Rachel stepped closer, heart pounding. She knelt beside her mother, gently touching her icy fingers. "Mom, why are you eating this? Where's your food? Where's your heating? What happened?" Rachel asked, her voice breaking. Evelyn looked down, shame tugging her shoulders inward. "I just needed something in my stomach. I didn't want to make trouble. It's fine. I'm fine, fine," Rachel breathed. "Mom, you're eating pet food." Suddenly a voice came from the doorway, sharp and smug. "She's being dramatic." Rachel spun around. Lena Parker. Her sister-in-law leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed tightly across her chest. A glossy smile curled at the edge of her lips, too polished, too controlled. Behind her stood Daniel, Rachel's older brother, silent, expression unreadable. Lena stepped forward, shrugging casually. "We run this house now. I control every cent she receives. And let's be honest, someone has to handle old people's finances responsibly. They get confused so easily." Rachel's jaw locked. Daniel avoided eye contact. Staring at the floor like a scolded child, Rachel stood slowly, her body shaking not from fear, but from an anger so sharp it sliced through her composure like glass. "She gets $12,000 a month," Rachel said, voice like steel. "Where's the money, Lena?" Lena smirked. "It's being used appropriately. I'm managing it. Someone needs to." "Evelyn can't be trusted with that kind of money, not in her condition." Rachel froze. Her condition? Lena lifted her eyebrows with mock pity. "She's old, Rachel. She can't remember things. She'd waste everything if we let her. Think of this as compensation for the amount of care we provide." Rachel inhaled slowly. Then, without breaking eye contact, she removed her earrings and set them delicately on the table. A gesture everyone in their family understood. Rachel was done playing nice mom, she said softly. "Get your coat." Daniel stepped forward. "Rachel?" "Wait, no," Rachel snapped. "Not another word." Lena laughed coldly. "You can't just take her. We have an agreement. She lives here because we take care of her." Rachel's eyes narrowed. "Is that what you call this? Starving her until she's eating dog food?" Lena's smile faltered, just slightly. Rachel wrapped her arm around Evelyn, helping her stand as she swayed on weak legs. "Let's go." "Mom," Evelyn looked terrified, trembling, but Rachel held her firmly, guiding her toward the front door behind them. Lena raised her voice. "If she leaves this house, she leaves without a dime. You understand me? I control everything." Rachel didn't look back. She opened the door, stepping into the icy air with her mother pressed against her side, and for the first time in months, Evelyn felt warmth not from temperature, but from something that had nearly slipped away. Hope. As Rachel helped her into the car, she leaned close and whispered, "Mom, whatever happens next, don't say a word. Not to anyone. Not yet. Give me 3 months. I'm going to fix this and I promise you I won't fail." Evelyn closed her eyes, a single tear rolling down her hollow cheek for the first time in a long time. She believed her daughter. The drive to St. Augustine Medical Center was silent. Snowflakes tapped against the windshield like restless fingers. Evelyn sat curled in the passenger seat, wrapped in Rachel's spare coat, her hands trembling in her lap. She hadn't spoken since they left the house, not a word. Every few minutes Rachel glanced sideways, her jaw tightening with every shiver that ran through her mother's frail body. When they walked into the brightly lit emergency room, nurses turned to stare. Evelyn looked like a ghost, colorless, shrunken, barely holding herself upright. Rachel guided her gently to the check-in desk. "What brings you in today?" the intake nurse asked, her eyes narrowing with concern. Rachel answered before Evelyn could speak. "My mother has been severely malnourished. She's lost a dangerous amount of weight and has been forced to eat pet food due to financial control and neglect." The nurse froze. Then she nodded sharply and called for immediate triage. Within minutes, Evelyn was taken to an exam room. A doctor named Dr. Ramirez, young but sharp-eyed and serious, looked over her frail form with growing alarm. He spoke quietly but firmly. "Mrs. Parker, I'm going to ask some questions. Please answer honestly. This is important for your safety." Evelyn nodded weakly. "When was your last full meal?" he asked. Evelyn's eyes flickered toward the floor. She struggled to remember. Her voice cracked when she finally whispered, "I don't know. A week? Maybe more." Rachel closed her eyes, fighting the urge to break down. Blood work was drawn. Oxygen clipped to Evelyn's finger, monitors attached. When Evelyn stepped onto the scale, Rachel's heart dropped 92 pounds. A full 45 pounds less than she'd been last year. Dr. Ramirez exhaled heavily. "This is extreme malnutrition. Your vitamin levels are dangerously low. You are dehydrated, anemic, and your organs are under strain. If you had gone another month without intervention, you could have faced heart failure." Rachel's hands clenched tightly around the arm of the chair before she could respond. A woman in a gray blazer entered the room quietly. "Mrs. Parker? I'm Nina Morales, hospital social worker. Your daughter told me what's been happening at home. I need to ask something difficult. Have you been prevented from accessing your own money or food?" Evelyn's lips trembled as tears filled her eyes. "Yes," she whispered. "They told me I was confused. They said I couldn't be trusted anymore." Nina glanced toward Rachel and nodded again. "Professional but furious. This qualifies as elder financial exploitation and domestic neglect. I'm filing an immediate protective order request. The state will open a criminal investigation,